When you start a business, you want to make sure you feel at home in your workspace. Joining us now is the Israeli interior designer Yuval Samuelov, who has the key as to how to do just that. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, good evening.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the work that you do. How did you start becoming an interior designer?
I actually started from philosophy, which was what I studied at the university. And after a few years of looking for good answers, I couldn't find any. Remained only with the question, so decided to do a really, steep shift into something else. So since over 10 years now, I'm doing design, interior design, and trying to find a language which is user experience based. So what we do at the studio, at my studio, we're trying to analyze people's needs and convert them into meaningful stories that we tell in spaces.
Very cool. Well, I mean, the idea is to kind of make it a comfortable aesthetic for these office spaces, right? So you're focusing more primarily on office spaces, or are you also doing homes?
No, we don't do homes. We do just commercial stuff. So it's half and half retail interior design and office spaces, or service spaces.
Very cool.
But what we try to do in every project is to analyze the brand or the company and to convert it somehow into a set of stories. And when you have a story, it's just so much easier to create a meaningful space for people. So,
well, I mean, and it's so important because a lot of these people are spending the majority of their day in these workspaces. So
absolutely.
I know that I personally need a space that I feel comfortable in, and this is a beautiful work that you have here. So tell us a little bit just about how the designs affect the clients. Have you seen any kind of feedback?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we always try to connect the client, the user, not the client. We call them users, not clients. Because sometimes the guys that order the work is not the guys that are going to be using the space. Typically that's what happens.
Right.
So the user our aim is to connect the user to the company's story. So if you're a software company and you have people sitting in front of a computer all day and just programming or whatever, and you want them to be connected to the product somehow, you have to celebrate what you're doing in the space.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I can talk about samples that we see just, on the screens. But this is, for example, this is a startup incubator that we're doing now in Luxembourg City. In Luxembourg, it's very large, it's 6,000 square meters. And it's all about the city of Luxembourg to create some kind of a difference. So that's the stories that we're telling there.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about your work. I want you to design our studio.